Philadelphia Phillies baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
The 140th game of the season is the next step in evaluations. While the Phillies continue to battle for the postseason, Tyler Cloyd takes his next battle to the mound against the Colorado Rockies. The first two opportunities of the 25-year-old's major league career have gone very well. Performance number 3 comes to you next in the series finale. At the start of the homestand, Charlie Manuel said, hey, let's win 6 in a row. That'll even things up at Citizens Bank Park. Well, the Phillies have won back-to-back games against the Rockies in their final at-bat. A couple hours earlier, John Mayberry's base hit brings home Nate Shearholtz, and it gives the Phils the victory over the Colorado Rockies. Here are the particulars. Jonathan Papelbon wins for the second straight game. The Phillies now 11-4 in their last 15 games. They're also 11 games over 500 since the trade deadline. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Chris Wheeler. Yeah, the Phils having some pretty exciting finishes. It was only a little while ago that they were last in walk-off victories. Now they're second in Major League Baseball, and now they'll hand the baseball to Tyler Cloyd tonight. Cloyd making his third Major League start and his second one here at the ballpark.
Well, they are in a good run right now. One of the reasons is pitching. It's not offense because they're not scoring a whole lot of runs. But, boy, their bullpen and their starters are doing a great job, Tom. And one of those starters doing a good job is this guy, Tyler Cloyd, in his third Major League start tonight. One on the road, and this one last time out at Cincinnati. Really good using a changeup there. He's worked with Rich Doobie on that. Occasional fastballs, a lot of changeups, and then that pitch that is a cutter right there. It looks like a slider or a breaking ball, but it's a cutter, and he throws it to right-handed hitters, to left-handed hitters, and really keeps them off balance. Bruce striking out there right there. Jay Bruce had hit a home run off him, and after that he struck him out a couple times. He may have had the jitters his first 3 innings in the major leagues. See what he gave up there since then in those 2 starts in 10 innings. Has pitched very well. You don't think of this guy as a strikeout pitcher, but he has 10 strikeouts in his last 10 innings pitched. I don't think you're going to see that continue, but they hope he'll be able to just move the ball around, change speeds, and do what he's been doing so far.
Well, it's something you mentioned in Game 1. The Rockies have never seen him to see what kind of style he presents, so maybe it'll give him a leg up against the Colorado Rockies. It is the back end of a day-night doubleheader. It'll be Tyler Cloyd on the mound for the Phillies. Drew Pomeranz will make the start for the Colorado Rockies. It's his 18th start of the season. Well, the Phillies start play in this night portion of the day-night doubleheader, 6.5 games out in the wild card. Crazier things have happened in September. Game 2 coming up next. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. By Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. By Citizens Bank. We're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. By Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. By Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. We're creating a more coordinated healthcare system that is built around you. Independence Blue Cross, changing the game. State. He's a Phillies fan wearing a Broncos helmet getting ready for tonight's Sunday night football game. But he's got Sunday night baseball beforehand. The Phillies and the Colorado Rockies in the second of this day night doubleheader here at Citizens Bank Park. It's the end of a long day of baseball, and for some it's the end of a long day of football as well. Let's take a look at the Rockies starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off at center field, Dexter Fowler. Charlie Blackmon, the left fielder, bats second. Jordan Pacheco hits third, followed by Tyler Coleman and Ramon Hernandez. Chris Nelson, the third baseman, bats sixth. In the bottom third of LeMahieu, Herrera, and Pomeranz. And they'll face Phillies right hitter Tyler Cloyd, making his third major league start. He was 15-1 in the minor leagues, and in the major leagues he's 1-1 with an ERA of 2.77.
Done an amazing job against right-handed hitters. As you see, they're 167. The thing that really jumps out at this point are the 14 strikeouts in 13 innings, because he's really not known as a strikeout pitcher, but has done a very good job. Hitters have not seen him, and even after they have seen him, the Reds, for the example the other day, they just did not adjust to him. Runners on, 167, runners in scoring position. So he's done a really good job so far in those two starts, especially as we showed in the opening. You take away those first 3 innings.
Well, he'll face Dexter Fowler to start things off. Fowler is 2 for 8 in the series so far, but the Phillies have struck about 4 times. Phillies coming off another victory in their final at bat as they won game 1 3-2. And the first pitch is hit hard, but foul, and it's 0-1. 77 degrees at game time. A gorgeous afternoon. It's turned into a very comfortable night.
Yeah, I suppose even get chilly, which would be a change.
Fowler overall a .305 hitter with 13 home runs and 52 runs batted in. Low and away, 2-1. Velocity wise, you just saw an 86-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's really where he lives with his fastball. He is mostly a change-up cutter guy now, with his fastball mixed in from time to time, but the cutter is his dominant pitch. In fact, the changeup that he throws, he's basically just started to throw it while being up here in the big leagues. That ball's hit hard to right field. Dominic Brown will get it off the wall. Fowler's on his way to second. And the throw by Brown on one hop is just a little late. So leadoff double.
One thing in the first start that he had trouble with left-handed hitters early in the game because the pitches were up so much, just like that. And thankfully in that game they were swinging through pitches or popping them up. That 3-1 fastball to Dexter Fowler is up and very hittable, and thankfully kept it in the yard. Here's our Nissan Keys 2. Tonight's 6:35 start in the second game of the day-night doubleheader. Well, how about another good effort from Tyler Cloyd here tonight? He's done a very good job, and maybe the Phillies could win a game a little bit earlier instead of waiting until the 9th inning.
Here's Charlie Blackmon, and Blackmon takes the first pitch outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. Blackmon so far 1 for 2 in this series. He's been used as a pinch runner, and he's also come in a double switch. Overall hitting .224. No home runs, 1 run batted in. There's a cutter for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Steven LaRue behind the plate did a nice job of handling Cloyd in that game in Cincinnati the other day. So Charlie Manuel said between games that I'm going to start LaRue tonight because I like the way that he handled my pitcher last time. And he was thinking about maybe having Carlos Ruiz out there for a few innings, but not right now.
To left center field. John Mayberry's on the run. He's out there. Fowler, he went halfway, and it looked like initially he was going to go tag up. Then he took off and then decided to go back, but it was too late.
Bad base running right there. Nobody out. As deep as John Mayberry is out there, taking the ball off to the side. Now you got to watch. He's going to try and steal third because he knows he just made a mistake. Right there, the only thing you have to do is go back and tag up. For some reason at that point he thought that ball was going to go into the alley in left center field. Even if you think it is, you still go back because then you walk home.
Oh, 1 out and a runner at second. Jordan Pacheco 0 for 5 so far in the series. A right-handed hitter will be the batter. Cracks the first pitch foul. Bill Egbert, our cameraman down there in the third base dugout, Oof, that's right, Eggie. That was awfully close.
You know, he had a big hoagie between games.
Yeah.
That could have done some damage if that ball hit him after that hoagie.
You think it slowed him up?
He was very nimble after eating that gut bomb up here in the booth.
0-1 the count.
It was some sandwich.
Outside, 1-1. I want to thank the folks from Planet Hoagie and Tony Lukes for sending up some sandwiches in between games of this day-night doubleheader.
Enjoyed by many of us, especially Eggie.
1-1 the count to Pacheco. 307 with 4 home runs and 41 runs batted in. And Rude blocks that one to keep Fowler at second. Fly ball left field. Wigginton is out there. And Ty battling a little bit of the breeze now comes running in to make the catch. There's a pattern that's worn out in left field where the left fielder usually stands. He went back about 2 or 3 feet and then had to come all the way in to make that grab.
Well, he was playing the hot night breeze. He's not playing this cool out of the northwest breeze. This is the early in the season wind tonight. Whoops. He goes all the way back, and thankfully it was way up in the air, so now he can come in and get it. But those flags are blowing really hard from left to right, as you can see up here. So that's going to obviously knock the ball down to left and left center when it's high in the air like that.
Well, 2 outs, and now Tyler Cloyd can get Tyler Colvin. He's going to be into the dugout. Colvin's had a good year. He's hitting .288 with 17 home runs and 63 runs batted in. In fact, he's had a really good year.
He was a good-looking hitter when he was with the Cubs. He was in a terrible slump at one night here, or one stretch here, and hit a ball off the wall in a big spot late in the game, and it kind of got him going for a while.
Ball, 1 strike the count. Good spot with that 87-mile-an-hour fastball. That is 1-2.
He can get away with some fly balls tonight. It's already been shown, but not to right and right center. Out the other way. The ball got knocked down big time, that one to Wigginton.
Ball, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch to Colvin. A little high, and it's 2-2. Tyler Cloyd, now 25 years old, out of Bellevue, Nebraska, and the University of Nebraska, Omaha. 2-2. And the pitch. Off the end of the bat. Chase Utley is out in shallow right field. Now over toward the line, and Tyler Cloyd works out of a leadoff double. Works around a leadoff double to get through the top of the first. On to the bottom of the first, it's the Rockies 0 and the Phillies coming up. outs as we go to the bottom of the first. The Phillies have won game one. Let's see what their offense will do at game number two. Their lineup is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. John Mayberry bats second. Chase Utley hits third, followed by Ryan Howard and Ty Wigginton. Dominic Brown is at right field. He'll bat sixth. Michael Martinez seventh. Stephen LaRue will bat eighth tonight. Batting ninth and pitching is Cloyd. And they'll face 23-year-old left-hander Drew Pomeranz, who has not had a very good season. 1-8 with an ERA of 4.93. Guy has a lot of ability. He just hasn't put it all together.
Yeah, what the last time the Phillies faced, look what left-handed hitters do against him. He's tough. He really cuts the ball. He comes from the side a little bit. He's got a big-time fastball. But as you said, Tom, his numbers aren't great. There's his fastball, 89 to 94, curve change, and that's that slider. He was the Indians' #1 pick, a very high pick. He was the centerpiece when they got right down to it of the Ubaldo Jimenez deal.
Yeah, Pomeranz and Alex White were the keys to that trade. But he was the centerpiece. There's no doubt about that. Rollins takes a fastball to start the at-bat off. It's 0-1.
He just had to wait for a while to be able to announce that they had him.
Rollins 245 with 17 home runs, 55 runs batted in. He was 1 for 5 in the first game. He pops this one up foul behind the plate. Hernandez is back, and it's 2 rows. It's the Diamond Club.
Yeah, Jimmy had one of those games where a really good player can step up and help win a game for you. First 4 at bats, just didn't do anything. Fifth one, he got on, got to second, then he got in that rundown. Even when he made a little bit of a base running mistake, he stayed in it long enough to get Sherrills to second, and they went on from there. Sherrills wound up scoring the winning run.
To right center field. It's not deep. Long run in for Colvin. And 1 out.
Wind's going to be a factor in this game.
Well, 1 away. And how about all the passed balls in game 1? Whoop, there's 1.
Unbelievable. The consensus downstairs was that he got crossed up on that first one, but after that he just didn't catch him. Now he's got sunglasses on here late in the game with the shadows. That one through the legs, and here's another one right through the wickets. Whether you have trouble seeing him because of the shadows, the sunglasses, whether it's poor technique. I was asking all kinds of questions in the coach's room, and nobody really knew the answer.
Well, there is Willeen Rosario, and the catcher in game 2 is the veteran Ramon Hernandez, who only has 1 pass ball this year. Rosario has 19 pass balls now. Want to know the count to John Mayberry. Mayberry fouls the 1-0 back. It's 1-1. Mayberry 258 with 14 home runs and 41 runs batted in. As bad a first half as he had, that's really how good he's been since the 1st of August. Amazing how he's turned it around. People wonder what has changed. Well, he certainly is more aggressive, at least I think, at the plate. He's more upright in his stance. Let's face it, he's not looking over his shoulder at anything right now. I say that because Victorino and Pence both were traded at the trade deadline. So there were jobs to be had. Although he was given every opportunity early on this year to win a job in left field.
Every opportunity. And just didn't work out. He's played much better since he's been in center field. He's hit better. What does it mean? That's one of those things you go, who knows? The whole key to him, of course, is to do what he did in the first game, and that's hit a breaking ball off a right-handed pitcher when he's behind in the count a lot of times, because it's hard to do.
3-2 the count to Mayberry. Towering pop-up on the infield. Pomeranz, the pitcher, will give way to Pacheco. Ooh. 2 away.
It's one of those ones on a windy night like this, and you're in no man's land. You know, this is mine. There's nobody calling me off it. And you can see him do a little dance under it. It really got breezy.
Two outs for Chase Utley. Chase's average is at .239. His on-base percentage is high because of all the walks he's had. 10 home runs, 39 runs batted in. The The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Sally Kappeler of Gibbsboro. Phillies hit a home run in tonight's ballgame, and Sally could win $300. Not could win, she will win $300.
Right. And the odds are you're going to have to hit it to right. Although we've seen so many nights in this ballpark when the wind's blowing this hard, you can hit your homers to left and left center. You just got to hit them a little lower.
Yeah, what they say is that the big board in left field kind of cuts down the wind.
Yeah.
There's a breaking pitch that missed inside, 2-1.
That big high one in the first inning that the Rockies hit, those are the kind of going to get knocked down. That is the board that may have something to do with it.
He fouls the 2-1. It's 2-2. Chase was intentionally walked in the ninth inning. So was Ryan Howard. That was after another pass ball. But he finished 1 for 4 with that intentional walk. And a line drive base hit toward left center field. At least thinking 2 right now. Blackman, the left fielder, got to it quickly. And because of his angle, he was able to hold Utley with a 2-out single.
Yeah, but as you said, he was thinking too. That was exciting to watch. Watch him come out of that box, hit that bag on the inside part of it, and make the turn. And he's ready. Anything goes wrong in left field. First of all, that's a real good swing off a tough lefty. Look at him come around there, hit the corner of the bag, and now you have to throw the brakes on, and the legs are so much better to be able to do those kind of things. Anything misplayed in the outfield there, and he's at second base because he would have had it out of the box.
Well, here's Howard, who had 2 RBIs in game 1 on a double. And a swing and a miss at the first pitch at 95 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Howard with 10 home runs, 38 runs batted in. He has 29 RBIs in 29 games here at Citizens Bank Park.
Charlie Manuel liked to have played more right-handed hitters in this lineup against Pomeranz because he's so good against lefties, but he doesn't have them.
Right, Franzen has the stress fracture, so they figured give him another. He can't play the field, or at least they don't want him to play the field.
Ruiz can't, you know, he decided to use LaRue, who was a left-handed hitter.
And Howard down on 3 pitches. First strikeout of the night for Pomeranz. And the Phillies, no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We go to the second in game 2. Take advantage of new low pricing and see every remaining Phillies out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Phillies.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Ramon Hernandez will lead it off for the Rockies against Tyler Cloyd. First pitch, cutter outside, 1 ball, no strikes. So that's it. The cutter and the fastball are basically the same miles per hour.
Yeah.
Just more movement.
A lot more.
In Cloyd's case.
Right.
But it's been good.
Not necessarily supposed to be that way. It works.
Tyler Cloyd was the Paul Owens recipient. He'll be honored here at the ballpark at some point. Paul Owens recipient for the Phillies minor league pitcher of the year. And he throws a changeup to get Hernandez for his first strikeout.
It's a good changeup.
Well, what a way. Chris Nelson is due up. Murph has an update on the Eastern League, the first round of the Eastern League playoffs. Murph?
We do indeed. It's not good news for the Reading Phillies, whose season came to an end today, guys. You see they lost to the Trenton Thunder in Game 4 of their series 5-4. Darren Ruff did have a home run in that game, guys, so that, of course, will begin speculation whether or not Darren Ruff will be headed up to Philadelphia. And Charlie Manuel talked about it yesterday. He said he's excited to see this guy come up. He had 38 home runs down there in the Eastern League. He said, hey, anytime you hit 38 home runs anywhere in professional baseball, you're doing something right. So, you know, the organization has to make a decision whether or not to bring him up now that Reading season is over. But Charlie Manuel, for one, would like to see him come up and see what he can do.
Yeah, he had himself a heck of a year. There's no doubt about that. Nelson shoots one through the hole on the right side. Ruff finished the series 3 for 14 with a double, a home run, and 3 walks. The Reading Phillies got some pretty good pitching during that series, but today lose it 5-4, so Trenton moves on. Trenton is the Yankees AA affiliate.
Outstanding year, though, for the Reading Phillies. Congratulations to all the players, management.
Dusty Wathen, their manager.
Yeah, all the people that run that fine organization. Old buddy Craig Stein has been there for so long.
Scott Hunsinger is their general manager, and he and his staff do great work. Staff is not totally intact over the last 20 years or so, but there are a lot of folks that have been there for a long time. Want to know the count to DJ LeMahieu.
The ball club in the city of Reading done an amazing job with that ballpark, too. It's really nice.
Adam Morgan only allowed 5 hits today, but he did allow the 5 runs. Well, just keep an eye on him, folks, over the next couple of years.
He's another guy they like, evidently.
Want to know the count? Nelson takes his lead off first. There he goes. Fly ball right field. Nelson stopped 2/3 of the way to the second base bag, and there are 2 outs.
They're playing hit and run. They do that a little bit. 1-0 count. He runs. He's not trying to steal the bag there. Just get in motion and see what happens. Pick up the ball as quickly as you can to a coach instead of watching the infielder deacon you at second base.
Well, 2 outs, and Jonathan Herrera is the hitter.
That's a reason on a hit and run you'll see the runner look in as much as possible to see where the ball's hit, as opposed to running with their head down, because they're not stealing the bag.
Herrera has not played in this series. Slices that one past Rollins into left field. So the second hit of the inning for the Rockies, 3rd hit overall. And it'll bring Pomeranz to the plate, who has homered this year.
Has 4 hits with that home run, 3 singles and the homer.
Pomeranz is a right-handed hitter and a left-handed pitcher. That's why the big elbow guard. First game Tyler Chatwood, the starting pitcher for the Rockies, helped give them an early 2-0 lead. He had 2 hits in the ball game. Had a base hit to right center field his first time up to drive in a run, and then blooped one to right center.
You don't want to play pitchers too deep in right center. Right-handed hitting pitchers. You want to play them in a little bit more. You see where they are. You have to have the confidence that he's not going to hit it over your head, and you want to take the hit all away in front.
A 1-1 pitch. Fouls it away. It's 1-2.
Pretty good hack, but late.
And a call, strike 3. Gets him looking. Second strikeout of the inning and of the game for Tyler Cloyd. He leaves a couple, allows 2 base hits. Comes back and he freezes Pomerantz. And Hope led umpire Mike Muklinski brings him up. Experience with Comcast Sportsnet on TV and online. Get updated stats, scores from around the league, and news from our team of insiders. Check out In-Game Live now at csnphilly.com. Bottom of the second. Rockies and Phil scoreless. Phillies will set Ty Wigginton, Dominic Brown, Michael Martinez to the plate. Phillies, after game 1, find themselves 31-21 Wills. Since they were 14 games under 500. It's 11 games over 500 since that point. They also moved to within 3 games of the 500 mark for the first time in 3 months.
That just shows you what happened when you get well under 500. You get buried. You have to win 2 games for 1, and that's hard to do. It takes an amazing run a lot of times to even get to 500, and then you have to somehow keep it going. And it's hard in the course of a season when you get way behind like that to get out of that hole.
Well, it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Ty Wigginton.
But their games are just a lot better right now, and it's because of their pitching more than anything. Because offensively, they have a lot of problems offensively.
Swing and a miss, 1-2. Well, there are teams that have started to get eliminated in the National League from any kind of playoff contention.
Sure.
The Marlins, the Cubs, the Astros, all have been officially eliminated from the postseason. Wigginton hits that foul. It'll go back into the seats off to the right.
Who would have believed that the Marlins would be one of the first teams eliminated at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, they were eliminated after last night's loss.
You know, Cubs you thought would be better this year. So that's a little bit of a surprise that they've been so bad. The Astros, I had a feeling it could be a struggle for them.
Two and two the count to Wigginton. The Rockies have not been eliminated yet, but they are right on the cusp. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard in the American League, Johnny Gomes, he's done pretty well for the Oakland A's this year. The A's win it 4-2 over Seattle. Gomes, a 3-run home run. Oakland has pulled to within 3.5 of the Rangers. That ball is rocketed down the left field line for Wigginton. He's going to have himself a leadoff extra base hit.
Pomerantz is showing, just like he did last time, that he wants to pitch inside a lot to right-handed batters. That's why he's so tough on left-handed hitters, because he throws that hard stuff away to them. But right-handed hitters, if he doesn't get it far enough in like that to tie, and he can keep it fair, you get those extra base hits down the third baseline. There's Nelson. He'd probably play over a little bit more with a guy like this on right-handed hitters. Left-handed hitters, that same pitch is coming into the right-handed hitter, which is a little bit easier to handle, is brutal left-handed hitters. That's why Utley's base hit was so impressive.
Well, Dominic Brown up for the first time, 243 on the year with a home run.
See how he works away, and that stuff really moves. And he hooks the ball a little bit behind. Big tall guy hooks it, hides it a little bit, and then away from you as a left-handed hitter. That can't be comfortable. Ball really jumps out of his hand. He's got ability. You can see that he has a chance to be a good one. Whether or not he is, he's got a tough home park to pitch in.
Brown fouls it back toward the Hall of Fame club. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wigginton's over at second. Outside, 2-2.
Right now, if you're a left-handed hitter, you can almost sell out and look away. Everything is away from it.
Well, that pitch, he pulls up the first base line, a foul ball.
Right at the very end. Would have been a good out, too, if he'd have made it, because he would have gotten Wigginton into third base. This thing is just in front of the bag when it goes foul. It's a good call. It's a home plate umpire's call to this point. There, it's foul. They both called it. Home plate and first.
Mike McClinsky is behind the plate. Sam Holbrook over at first. 2-2 the count to Brown.
Trying to pull here.
Right there, he's trying to stay alive.
Yeah. But the next pitch he throws inside a left-handed hitter will be the first. Not that that makes it any easier to hit, but at least you can eliminate part of your hitting zone. Good job by Dominic, staying alive, trying to get the ball to the right side.
Dominic had a base hit in game 1 in his final at bat. He finished with 2 hits in 4 at bats. He was on deck when Mayberry got the hit to win it. Trying to get everybody into the game right there, Wheels. Let's see where they are in the 9th inning.
It looks like they had some early cotton candy. That's more kid stuff.
Working in, Wheels, mix it in.
I'm having a big day with that.
Yeah. Tickets for tonight's game were the tickets from last night's rainout.
Oh, she's going, where'd the music go?
3-2 to Dominic Brown. And a swing and a miss. So Pomeranz throws a fastball by him for his second strikeout. Atlanta Braves will be here for a weekend series against the Phils Friday, September 21st, Saturday the 22nd, then Sunday the 23rd. Sunday is a 1:35 start. All fans 14 and under will receive the Total Cole Hamels action figurine. Don't forget, Friday the 21st, the Phillies will honor Chipper Jones prior to that ball game. Michael Martinez, the hitter. Martinez lines one toward left center field. That's going to drop. Wigginton read it well. He's around third, heading for home. He's going to score. It's 1-0 Phillies. RBI for Michael Martinez.
Yeah, as Tom said, the base running very good there by Ty Wigginton. A lot of guys freeze on that, and they get caught between second and third. Got to stop him at third base. And he really read that well, and there's no reason not to. The outfielders are so deep, it's a jammer, and you're standing right there. Wind, and he also knows the wind's going to knock it down, does Wigginton, after what he's been through. All of those factored in, score, and he does easily.
Now LaRue is up with Martinez over at first. And the first pitch is outside. It's 1-0. LaRue, 250, no home runs. He has 2 hits in his 8 at-bats.
Had a big hit in the game in Cincinnati the other day. Tyler Cloyd followed it with a hit, and then Jimmy hit the 3-run home run. And the Phillies were off on their way to beating Johnny Cueto. Hernandez wants to know where these are. All of a sudden, he thinks they were strikes earlier, and now they're not.
Well, that'll be the first part of the communication. The other part will be from the dugout shortly.
Yeah. Well, that's right, because they take their lead from the guy behind the plate, because they can see high and low, but they can't see in and out from over there. So I was saying, okay, you know, just my opinion. I'm not showing you up or anything.
Two and one, the count to LaRue.
Same spot. Away, away, away with these cutters and fastballs.
LaRue shoots it the other way. That might be 2. There's 1. And there's 2. Phillies do get the lead, though, on the RBI single by Michael Martinez. That scored Ty Wigginton. We go to the 3rd. It's 1-0 Phillies on top. The Fans Trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the Fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer. On the subject line, Wheels, here's your question. Name the Rockies reliever that saved all 3 games in the 2007 NLDS versus the Phillies. The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning. You know what he threw. Do you know who he is?
Heavy sinker. I'll get it. I'll get that one.
Somebody's going to tell you?
No. I'll remember that one. Because after that year, he really was not the same guy.
That's very true.
Saw a lot of him. And his name is?
If you guess his number also, I'll give you the home version of the Dodge Stump the Fans trivia question.
I don't know numbers. I can tell you what the guys throw. I don't remember numbers.
Dexter Fowler leads off the top of the 3rd. Fowler doubled his first time up.
I'll forego the honor of receiving that gift, but thank you.
A change up low. 2-0. Foul tip. It's 2-1. Toyota Major League Scoreboard. San Diego has edged Arizona 8-2. That's right. The Padres are 42-29 since the 22nd of June.
Their new ownership's going, yeah, baby. Something to build on.
Well, they're ahead of the Rockies in the division, but still behind the Arizona Diamondbacks, but only by 3 games. Base hit the opposite way for Fowler, and he's 2 for 2.
One of their owners finished second in the FedEx event today in Indiana. Phil Mickelson, who is in baseball. One of their majority partners. Are they, what do you call it? Minority or minority partners? Yeah. The other lefty.
Charlie Blackmon flying out to center his first time up.
And Fowler would try to steal a base here with all the slow stuff that Cloyd throws. Unless they want to leave the hole open.
Want to know the count? Blackmon flying out to Mayberry in center. Hit the ball pretty well.
You know, we say, wonder what he'll do second time around against them. Well, with the Reds the other day, third time around them, they were still struggling.
Seemed like he was throwing more strikes in that game than here today.
Well, he needs really good command, obviously, when you don't throw real hard. They were also very, very aggressive. They're an aggressive hitting team. This team seems to take more pitches. Enjoying the second game off right now. And
Rosario?
What Rosario has been going through.
Back toward the middle. Nice play by Cloyd. Rollins handles the throw. 1-6-3 double play.
My goodness.
Oh, it's hit pretty hard.
One thing you notice about Cloyd, he's a really good athlete. Looks like he can swing the bat a little bit. When you don't throw real hard, you better be ready for stuff coming back at you, too. And this is just reflexes. Just protecting himself. Ball goes in the glove. Does a pretty good job of leading Jimmy Rollins near the bag. And they get the easy 1-6-3. Right there, he knows who's covering. Finds him. Here it is. Oh, protect yourself.
The other part of it, too, we've told people this. You see that face right there? That's all you get. There's not much different whether there's adversity or whether there's success. You know, and that says a lot for a pitcher.
It helps.
There's not a whole lot of emotion.
Right, because the other teams will read bad body language too.
Even the night, his opener when he gave up the home run to Lucas Duda, he didn't have any bad body language at all. He was mad at himself. He said that after the game.
Well, he's not like one of those guys that's gone through his career never getting hit either. With his kind of stuff. Some guys, they have that overpowering stuff in the minor leagues. They never get hit. They get up here, they get hit. It's like, whoa, This is new.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Pacheco. And it misses inside. 2-1. Pacheco flied to left his first time up. Nobody on, 2 outs, top of the third. 1-0 Phillies. A liner to left field, a base hit. That's the 5th hit for the Rockies. And they'll bring Tyler Colvin to the plate. The Fanatic MVP Club is for Fanatic fans 14 and under. The price, $12. Members receive exclusive 2012 Fanatic MVP bobblehead, Phillie Fanatic dry erase board, and poster, plus a membership card, discounts, and email newsletters about the dangle hat. Register at Phillies.com/MVP Club or call 215-463-1000 for more details. Colvin popped out to Utley his first time up, and he takes a cutter just off the outside corner. And it's 1-0. Off the end of the bat, a floater out towards shallow left. It's going to drop for a hit. On his way to third is Pacheco. The throw by Wigginton. He is safe. I don't know if Martinez missed the tag or what. The throw certainly beat him.
Sure did.
Rob Drake was very late getting over to see it. Must have missed him with the tag.
He's running when he tags him. Here he catches it. Here he spins. He's safe.
He's safe.
Good call.
The throw definitely beat him right there, but Michael pulls away and he's safe.
He got his foot out of the way.
Well, 2 outs. Ramon Hernandez the batter. Hernandez struck out his first time up.
Said he was running when he tagged him. I saw some kind of movement down there trying to figure out what it was, and then you replay. It's his leg coming out of the way. Good job by Wigginton, and not a real smart base running play, even though he makes it by Pacheco, because he'd have made the third out at third base.
Yeah, Ty made a good throw.
Very good throw. One hop right on the back.
It's going to cost Floyd some extra pitches here in the third.
He's been managed to run through 6 hits so far, 5 singles. Hernandez is not agreeing with the home plate umpire on some stuff. Things he's catching nor letting go by. That does work once in a while. We saw it work.
Might be one of the last ones you see, too.
Mm-hmm.
2-2 the count to Hernandez. The pitch from Cloyd. Back toward the middle. That's a base hit. So the Rockies will tie the game up on an RBI single by Ramon Hernandez. It's unfortunate because the inning should be over. But it's the 4th hit of the inning for Colorado. And Chris Nelson's coming up. Nelson hits it a ton. Deep to left field. It is gone. A 3-run home run. And it's now 4-1 Colorado. Well, he guessed right on whatever he was looking for.
Well, it's hard for Tyler Cloyd to get away with stuff up in the zone. And they got away with a little bit his first time out in the first few innings, then got the ball down. That looks like it was something really elevated. Oh, yeah. Cutter right there in the middle of the plate, and he didn't miss it. So you make that tag at third, they get nothing. And they've gotten 4 since.
So 4-1, 4 runs now on 8 hits for the Rockies. And DJ LeMahieu flying out to right his first time up as the hitter. Swing and a miss late on that fastball. It's 0-1.
I wonder how far that would have gone at Coors Field.
It's a 24 pitch inning so far for Cloyd. Looper out towards second, caught by Utley in shallow right. And the inning is over, but there was some damage. The Colorado Rockies put a 4 spot up on the board, topped off by Chris Nelson's 3-run home run. So we believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. By Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play The Price is Right, the new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Bottom of the third, it's 4-1 in favor of the Rockies. And Tyler Cloyd will lead it off.
And Cloyd more of a contact pitcher, and that's the way it is tonight. But it's unfortunate last inning on that play at third base, because you stay there, you straddle the bag, guy slides right into your glove.
It's kind of what we say about Kyle Kendrick. I mean, you have to get the outs when you have the outs presented to you.
With contact guys, sure. Look out.
There's Kyle, who has pitched very well for the Phillies. And he's, he has more velocity on his fastball than Cloyd does, but he's a sinker baller. Outside 2-2, and you have to make the plays behind it.
Right.
Michael, who was playing third, was in position to make that tag. He kind of jumped out of the way at the last moment.
Yeah, well, normally what they do is we say they'll straddle the bag there depending on the throw, and then the guy has to slide right to them.
3-2 the count to Cloyd.
This is a very good call when you get right down to it, watching that replay. But that Toby Basner is a rookie who's a rookie umpire.
Fly ball to right field, and Colvin over toward the line. And what away. Budweiser, through the Walk-Off a Hero program, will donate $5,000 to Folds of Honor for every Phillies walk-off win. Please join Budweiser and the Phillies in honoring those who keep our nation safe and free. Back to the top of the order, Rollins, and he takes low. 1-0. Rollins fly to right his first time up. 0 for 1. Now the Phillies are down 4-1, but Pomerantz is a guy you can get some runs against.
Sure.
Obviously, just by his numbers.
Just wish you had more right-handed hitters in your lineup against him, because he's pretty good on left-handed hitters, as he's shown tonight by working away so much. Right-handed hitters, he's going to come in a little bit more to you, and they can hurt him. Pence hit a 3-run homer off him. Hunter Pence did in that game at Coors Field, and Cole Hamels beat Pomerantz this year.
Well, I guess they saw the gorilla and the rabbit last week and said, you know, they got TV time. How can we upstage them? Herrera throws out Rollins. 2 outs. And it'll bring John Mayberry to the plate. I think the gorilla put more thought into his costume than the Bananas.
Yeah, the other guys, Bananas see a little better.
Forget about the gorilla, whether he could see or not. It's the people behind him.
Yeah.
Now 2 outs. And Mayberry's the hitter. Mayberry popped out his first time up.
A good changeup. Off speed.
Comes back with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
These second games sometimes. You win the first one, you go get the second one. Now you have a chance to win the doubleheader. They're just so long the days. The second games can really be tough to win, and they've dug a little bit of an early hole for themselves.
I go back to a couple of years ago. Remember when they had that series against the Brewers when they had the day-night doubleheader, and they came out and they basically blew the Brewers out the whole weekend.
They jumped all over Suppan in that second game that night, but they had to win all 4 games the Phillies did, and they did, to get back into the wild card at the time. That's what they thought they were after, and they wound up running down the Mets.
3-2 the count to Mayberry.
I thought you were just going to come watch a game tonight.
Poor guy. He's got butter all over his hat now. Ball 4, and Mayberry, who's been walking more lately, it's a 2-out walk after the 5th full count of the night for Pomerantz. And that'll bring Chase Utley to the plate. The Fanatics asking for some more popcorn wheels if you want to help them out.
Yeah. That's just what some guy wants to do. Buy him popcorn so he can throw it all over the place.
Cotton candy guy is coming down. He's saying, I don't want cotton candy. I want popcorn.
Get me some more.
Yeah, just help it out. A strike at the knees to Utley. Cardinals won earlier today. They were up 4-2. The Brewers tied it, sent it into extra innings, and the Cardinals won it in the bottom of the 10th inning. Braves won over the Mets 3-2. That was 10 innings also. In fact, Atlanta swept out the Mets in that series. They're now 5.5 behind Washington.
Boy, the Mets have a terrible home record since the All-Star break, especially.
Yeah, 30-37 overall.
Yeah, overall.
Or 30-38 now.
Phillies have picked it up a little bit where they're only 3 under 500 at home after being way under.
Well, they've reconciled, Wills. She helped him out. And now he's going to spill it all over somebody. Just doesn't get old. It's like the Globetrotters. It's like the Globetrotters.
Yeah, he is. Whoops, we're going to trip now. Watch out. Here comes that extra step. There it is. Just in case I didn't get you with the first part, here's the second step. Wave him off.
2-2 the count to Utley.
Brings up just watching him do that. What a great job that people, men and women, did getting this ballpark ready for the second game, cleaning it. And now they'll have more work after him. But it was just incredible. There wasn't much time between games, and all of a sudden you look down and they were finished.
Did a great job.
Ground crew did a great job with the field. A lot of people work really hard.
Utley shoots it toward the hole. Herrera gets to it. Jump throw to first, not in time. Surprised he even got that ball over to first.
Pretty nice play.
Utley's 2 for 2.
Trying to go the other way of Pomeranz, because that's what he's giving you as a left-handed hitter. There he goes. Pitches away. Chase hits it away. Herrera has no play at second because they're playing with a pull in the hole with the second baseman. He throws it right on line. Nice play. Now, Ryan Howard last time up kept pulling off everything that was away and couldn't reach it. So see if this time maybe you can go into the ball a little bit away and do some damage.
Howard struck out his first time up. Nice to get a run or two back right here. It's 4-1 in favor of the Rockies.
And they play him way over into left center. See the outfield defense. Pitch him away, play him away.
All right, here we go. One more try,
Oh,
Wills.
no.
She probably should have had somebody else come down. Maybe he's gone. Maybe she can just give it to whoever it was. Fly ball down the left field line, slicing into foul territory. And the catch is made by Blackman to wrap up the third inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left. The popcorn, well, it's finally arrived untouched by the Fanatic. You wanted prices you'll love, like Avery Clear Label Index Makers. For easy organization. From who? But W.B. Mason. Top of the fourth inning. And Jonathan Herrera will lead it off for the Rockies. Herrera, Pomerantz, and then the top of the order against Tyler Cloyd, who's allowed 8 hits so far through the first 3 innings. All singles except for the home run by Chris Nelson and the double by Fowler. So that was a long one by Nelson.
Yeah, got the ball up, first pitch there, and I guess he's looking for it. It's one thing, he doesn't throw that hard, so needs to keep the ball down, and you know he's doing his job when he's getting ground balls, and that's what it's going to be all about for him throughout his whole career, really.
Well, the last time he pitched here, the only other time, he gave up the home run to Duda, and then he really settled in. And now, you know, that's what he needs to do in this spot, because the Phillies can get to Pomerantz. And Pomerantz won't be around much longer because his pitch count is 75 like everybody else in the Rockies starting staff. So they'll be into the bullpen soon.
Yeah, the guy only has one pitch there. He's got a fastball. He's thrown one breaking ball for a strike and one changeup. Oh, by the way, in that breaking ball he throws, it's a knuckle curveball.
Knuckle curveball.
Which dances a little bit more than that regular curveball.
Yeah, Jason Isringhausen threw a good one, the former relief pitcher and closer, and he used to say that it gave him more loop than a regular curve. Fly ball down the right field line. Dominic Brown has a beat on it and reaches it to the crowd. Did he hang on? He did. Oh. He watched that the whole way. You want to talk about concentration. Once he went into the bar, which is padded down there, it kind of jerked him forward, but he still was able to hold on.
Yeah, he got over there, and that's what you want to do. Get over as quick as you can. He's got long arms. Keeping his eye on it. Oh, yeah. It'll help for my friends as he comes over again. Look at the concentration. Keeps his eye right on it. The other thing he might want to do, get that hand out a little further so you can make sure you know when that fence or the railing in this particular case is there. Good play, Howard.
2 outs, top of the order. Dexter Fowler is up. He's 2 for 2, and they start him off with a breaking pitch, and he checks his swing. It's 1-0. Fowler now 4 for 10 in the series.
Yeah, this kid here is starting to get a little bit stronger. Even though he's thin, it was a lot thinner. And he's starting to hit the ball a little bit harder than he was. And one of the few guys that were able to come up and learn how to switch hit in the major leagues.
He'll be 27 years old this offseason, so I guess if he was going to get it, it had to be this year. 3-2 the count. Opposite way, a foul ball.
Well, and I think, too, one of the reasons they end up making him a switch hitter, it just didn't seem like it was going to work if he was going to hit against all right-handed batters. Yeah, and it does take some time to learn how to switch hit. Another happy fan.
Whoa. That little guy, if he has a chance, he's going to throw it back.
Don't think he'll be letting that go.
Diekman's up and throwing in the bullpen for the Phillies. Cloyd is at 72 pitches here in the fourth.
That's what happens when you get the ball up in the zone. That ball only 87. That's why he wants to make sure that he's got sink on it and some movement to get those ground balls.
Well, there's ball 4, so 2-out walk. Fowler's been on base 3 times tonight. Well, and I guess you dance on the fine line like Floyd does. If you don't have that extra movement, you know, it's tough to get guys out consistently.
Well, it'll be a short night for him if he's not able to get those ground balls, because he can't afford to pitch up in the zone with 87 and 88. Not consistently, won't be able to do it. Well, so far, too, he hasn't been able to get that outside corner being called, which is his bread and butter.
Over to left field, Ty Wigginton is out there, and that'll do it for the top of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. Pretty good play by Dominic Brown during this 4th inning. Over toward the railing, he's able to hang on as he makes some contacts. We go to the bottom of the 4th. To you by Chevrolet. See your local Chevy dealer. Visit ChevyDealer.com. By AT&T, rethink possible. By McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, any size soft drink or sweet tea is $1. And by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. Ty Wigginton leads it off here in the bottom of the 4th. Oh, as that gentleman used to yell out all the time at the vet, let's get some runs. That's what the Phillies are looking for here in the home 4th. Wigginton doubled and scored his first time up, and it's 0-1. Two.
Majority of fastballs is what he's been throwing. Hasn't been able to get any of his breaking balls that are over.
Swing and a miss, a high fastball, and there's one away. 3rd strikeout for Pomerantz. Let's check in with Murph. Murph?
Well, T-Mac, the Phillies organization began a new program this year called the Minor League Community Service Award, and they announced their first recipient this week. He is Lakewood Phillies pitcher Colin Clevin. The right-hander logged 12 hours of community service this season. That's the most in the organization this year. But overall, 161 players in the minor leagues volunteered for 760 hours of community service. So a terrific program for the Phillies minor leaguers, and congratulations to Colin Clevin for being the initial winner of that program.
Yeah, it's a nice way to get the guys started, because the guys up here in the big leagues, they do a lot of things through their foundations and everything, and just by planting the seed in the minor leagues, that definitely helps.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that people may overlook is, they don't have a whole lot of time off, both down in the minor leagues and up here in the major leagues. A few days here, a few days there, and most of those days are spent volunteering in the community. So they really do deserve a pat on the back for that.
All right, well, congratulations, and it was a great idea to put that program together. Ryan Howard has had a couple of different events so far this year, including one that helped the Philadelphia PAL a couple weeks ago. Cliff Lee has an event coming up in the next week or so. I was at Roy Halladay's event the other night to benefit Phil Abundance, and Roy and his wife Brandy did one unbelievable job with that event, the Ritz-Carlton in Philly. Dominic Brown lines one to shortstop for the second out. With two away, it'll bring Michael Martinez to the plate.
Well, that's one of the few breaking balls that he got over the plate. And that one was really a hanger for the most part. All he's been throwing is really a fastball, and a fastball somewhere between 90 and about 93 or so.
Martinez shows bunt, takes a pitch inside. 1-0 the count. Will Harris warming in the bullpen. He was the loser in Friday's game. Over to third. Nelson stumbles, bobbles, and he won't have a play. The 10th error of the year for Nelson. And LaRue is due up. Kevin Franzen's coming out in the on-deck circle for the Phils to pinch hit. So looks like Cloyd's night is going to be done. Unless LaRue is retired, then maybe they'll let Cloyd go back out and pitch, with Justin DeFreitas warming up in the bullpen.
It's one of those guys, they end up, pitchers I should say, they end up getting for Abaldo Jimenez. They're expecting big things from this guy.
Checo makes a nice play, and the flip to Pomerantz wraps up the 4th inning. 3-1 on the putout. No runs, no hits, one error, one man left. Go to the top of the 5th inning. Rockies up by 3. And interviews from this doubleheader, plus a complete breakdown from the Eagles-Browns season opener in Cleveland, and everything else in the MLB playoff race, and the first full Sunday of the NFL. Get all the news Philly fans need to know on Sports Night. Later on at 10, only on Comcast Sportsnet. A lot of interceptions thrown by a lot of the rookie quarterbacks in the National Football League today, including the Wheaton kid in the game against the Eagles. Andrew Luck threw a couple for the Colts. RG3, well, he had probably the best day of the rookie quarterbacks for the Washington Redskins. Well, in between innings, Pomeranz finds out he is out of the ball game because he's over 75 pitches.
I just think it's so unfair. Here's a young kid that really trying to work on that breaking ball that he has, trying to get some confidence. You know, and you can do that when you're starting to be able to go into that maybe 6th and 7th, and he's upset because he's not going to even be able to get the win.
Well, Tyler Cloyd is lifted after 4. 8 hits, 4 runs. Yeah, I don't know what to think, Sarge. I mean, I know that they have a policy, but he's up 4-1. Let him pitch the 5th inning.
The thing, what's happening
He's got
is that
one win.
Yeah, you're destroying their confidence at an early age. And I can tell you what's going to happen. These kids are going to get up to some age where they're able to leave and go someplace else, and it's going to be difficult to have guys come to your club when you're treating them where, especially the pitchers, only throwing 75 pitches. And I think if you talk to any pitcher, they would say the same thing.
1-1 the count to Jordan Pacheco to begin the 5th inning. And DeFreitas throws a fastball that's foul tipped. And it's 1-2. DeFreitas, his earned run average 0.00. He's been pretty good. Did he go? No. Says Sam Holbrook, the first base umpire.
Well, that's a above average fastball at 94. Makes it even more difficult to hit as a hitter when you think that pitcher doesn't have the best control in the world. It'll be Pacheco, Colvin, and Ramon Hernandez for the Rockies here at the top of the 5th. Well, these are the games when you're trying to get to postseason. You know, winning 2 games is just about a must. I mean, you can't afford to just be now not winning those ball games. Fly ball out to left. And Wiggins, he puts it away. Tuesday, September 25th, the Phillies begin a 3-game series with the Washington Nationals. It ends on the 27th. That's Fan Appreciation Night at the ballpark. Tickets are available still, Sarge, for all 3 of those games by going to Phillies.com. Phillies will finish the regular season in D.C. A 3-game series. A day game on the final day. It's the Wednesday that ends the regular season. As long as there's no ties, the postseason will start the next day with the wild card. The 1-game, one-and-done wild card, winner take all. And at this point, the Braves would host that wild card in the National League. They'd have the best record of the 2. And the Cardinals, they won today, so they have the 2nd spot right now. But it's still up for grabs. Pirates are within reach. They lost today, though. And the Dodgers. You got to go into those streaks where, I mean, you're winning 10 games or more in a row to really be almost considered that. I know back when we had played there to get back in the playoffs in '83, we won 14 out of 15 games, our last 15 games. The Dodgers did the same thing. 14 out of 15 games. That's putting pressure back on the opposition. Every time they look up, they see that you are winning ball games.
One and two the count to Colvin with one out here in the fifth. Fouls it away. It remains 1-2. Well, I'll be interested to see obviously what happens here in the National League because there's still an opportunity for a number of teams. But I'll also be interested to see what happens in the American League to see how that finishes up because the Yankees and the Orioles are battling for the East. The A's, the Orioles are battling for the wild card right now at the moment. And the LA Angels are there too. So are the Tampa Bay Rays and the Detroit Tigers. Over to first. That's a fair ball. Two outs here in the top of the fifth. Here's Ramon Hernandez, who tied the game with an RBI single his last time up.
Threw that fastball by him. Last year with St. Louis winning it all, their last 25 ball games, Tom, 17-8. No, it's not really great, but I mean, it's significant because of the way they end up winning ball games. They came back and won a lot of ball games down with their last couple of at-bats, and it just carried right on in to the playoff, all that momentum, and you see exactly what they did.
Well, the other part of that story too is how badly the Braves played down that same stretch. The Braves finished September on a horrific stretch. In fact, they were up 8.5 on the 6th of September. They went 9-18 in September. 0-2 the count to Hernandez. A little high with that fastball. 1-2. Count holds. 1-2. Reach. Oh. Ooh. But she got the baseball. Swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball. 1-2-3. Go the Rockies here in the fifth. Nice job by DeFreitas to retire them in order. On to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's 4-1 in favor of the Rockies. got your back. At 5, Brian Westbrook has plenty to talk about on Daily News Live. Then at 11, B. West joins Ron Burke, Ray Dittinger, and Brian Baldinger on Eagles Extra. Brian Westbrook every Monday night at 5 and 11 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. 4-1 Rockies as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And as predicted, a change on the mounds for Colorado, even though they have a 4-1 lead. And Drew Pomeranz, with just 1 win, had a chance to pitch the 5th, maybe get his 2nd win, who knows. But instead they'll turn it over to Josh Renicky.
You've seen that you would want that opportunity to be able to do that, especially as a younger pitcher and coming in. I want to try and win as many games as you possibly can win. But more importantly, I mean, for me, you kind of take the heart away from the player. You want them to be hungry and to go out there and do everything you can to win a ball game.
Well, Pierre will lead it off as a pinch hitter. Juan 305 on the year, a home run, 22 runs batted in. And he takes low. It's 1-0. So DeFreitas goes 1 inning, strikes out 1. Now the Phillies will try to patch the rest of this game together with their bullpen. Pierre hits it to short. And 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. Jimmy Rollins, the batter. Jimmy's just 1 for 7 in this day-night doubleheader. Well, they're underway. Sarge out in San Francisco. The Dodgers with Joe Blanton on the mound against Barry Zito, the Giants. Giants lead the division by 4.5 over Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge series.
Teams have split the first 2 games. So today's the finale.
So you get that really strong rivalry going. They've always been that way when both the teams were in New York.
Nelson will make the catch, and Rollins pops out for the 2nd out.
Well, I tell you, I just don't know how you do that many times during the course of the year. And I'm sure if you ask J-Ro, he would say the same thing. Now, when you're hitting pop-ups like that and that many, it just doesn't give yourself a chance. I mean, you're not maximizing your ability by just doing that. There's just got to be something that he's doing wrong to hit that many pop-ups over the course of the season. And I mean, he's got heavy double digits.
Oh yeah, it's in the 50s, the high 50s. First pitch is outside the Mayberry. What did you normally say is the issue? I mean, what pops into your mind right away?
Just going up, just lifting the ball, you know, with the front side of your swing obviously has to be coming up in order for the ball to be elevated.
So dropping your back shoulder, lifting your front shoulder?
Dropping the back shoulder, you know, lifting that front will actually do it. You know, and then his approach, I mean, we've seen it when it's consistent. He's hitting line drives. And usually when it's not the case where, you know, you're getting pitchers are throwing the ball by him. But take a look at it. You see that? Well, that's just an off-balance swing there. Okay, that he got the pop-up on. That's not one of the swings we've seen where, you know, he's coming full throttle through the ball.
That ball ate up Nelson at third, and Mayberry is going to be aboard. Hit that hard. He'll score that an error to Nelson, his 2nd of the game.
He's starting to do one thing over the last several weeks. Hit the ball hard. That's top spin. That's a play. However, normally a third baseman's going to make. Looked like he might have took a little bit of a hop on him, but the one thing he has, You see the glove too close to the body. You want that glove to be out in front. You don't want it to be close to the body. Get it out in front, you got a better chance of catching the ball.
At least 2 for 2. A single to the left and an infield single. Outside, 1-0.
Hey, a home run away from just getting right back in the game. This is what happens a lot of times when, they get behind. They're not running really anymore. Kind of almost waiting back, if you will, for the ball to go out of the ballpark. Guys that can steal bases, you get a jump. You still want to continue that, even if it is 2 outs, and especially after your hitter 3, 4, or 5, they get 2 strikes on them. Try and get in scoring position. Once you do that, now that pitcher has a little bit more pressure to throw a good pitch.
B.J. Rosenberg throwing in the pen. Looks like he'll be next up for the Phils out of the bullpen.
Well, by the time the season's over with, they should have a pretty good idea on all the young pitchers that have come up from AAA on exactly how they throw.
Utley breaks his bat. That's going to drop for a hit. Mayberry's on his way to third because nobody was there. Nope, he stops. The pitcher, and that was a good play by Redicky, went over to cover. Mayberry looked and saw both infielders from left side were out on the play.
Well, we talk about that too. When that ball is hit, every fielder has somewhere to go. And right now, pitcher's mind getting him over to third. Take a look at it. As he breaks over there automatically, seeing the way that this play is developing, and he's there to make a play. Mayberry decides to go. Kind of makes up for some of those balls that Utley was hitting hard there, and Cincinnati being caught when you can get some of those to fall in.
Pickoff plays on, and that ball gets away. Mayberry recognizes it a little late, but he's still going to get to third.
I got to tell you, he's pretty lucky on that particular play. You want to be able to get back a little quicker, read it a little quicker, take a look at it. Now, he's got a good chance there of being out. It would have been bang, bang. As it turned out, he's able to go to third on that. See him diving back. Now he locates the ball as he gets over to third base easily.
2 outs, second and third. Howard the batter, and that's foul. Oh, and 1 the count to Ryan. Mayberry off third, Utley off second.
We can take a look at that one again, and you decide on whether or not if he goes or not. Tell you though, the hands really shouldn't be going forward. They should be going back anyway when you stride. But that's borderline for me.
One and two the count to Howard. And he fouls it back. It remains 1-2.
Well, base hit gets him definitely right back in the game. And then home run obviously would put him even.
Oof. A little out in front. In the air to right field. Going back on it is Colvin at the wall. Off the base of the wall. 2 runs will score. Howard's trying for second. He is out at second base. But both runs score, and it's a 4-3 ball game. Ryan Howard with 2 more runs batted in. He makes it a 1-run game here in the 5th inning. Thrown out trying to stretch a single into a double, but he pulls the Phils closer. To gear as the dog days of summer wind down. Jimmy has had struggles at the plate all throughout the season, but his defense has been solid as usual. And number 11 continues to show how important his glove is behind Phillies pitching. In addition, his bat has started to productively connect as we head down the final stretch of the season. The newest member of the Phillies 2,000 hit club is what makes the Phillies go. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross, changing the game. Phillies are down 1, 4-3, thanks to a 2-run single by Ryan Howard. So now we go to the top of the 6th inning, and it's B.J. Rosenberg's turn to try to keep this in a 1-run game, Sarge. So DeFreitas does his job in the 5th inning in relief of Cloyd, and now it's Rosenberg in his 16th game, trying to bring that ERA down and also fire up some scoreless innings.
Well, that's what you want to do. Make sure you keep the score exactly where it is. Very manageable now. Only down 1 run, 4-3.
Chris Nelson will lead it off. He had a 3-run home run his last time up. They take strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count. They've changed the error, one of the errors in the last inning, to the error to the shortstop, not the pitcher on the pickoff. Here's Nelson's home run.
Oh boy, I tell you, looks like he's going to be a pretty good player. That's a lot of pop right there, getting that ball out of the ballpark.
Foul ball, and it's 1-2.
Gonna have to work on that glove there a little bit.
Swing and a miss. He blew a 97-mile-an-hour fastball right on by him. One gone here in the sixth. Sarge is now timed out for the Coors Light freeze game. This turned out to be a big play in the third inning.
Well, this was just a huge play. You can see the ball as Ty comes in and throws. Makes a pretty good throw. Thought Martinez could have stood in there a little bit closer, missed the tag. And you see how he's kind of leaning away? You want to go into that tag there. There's your Coors Light Cold Hard Glass.
Brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
And those are plays, too, that doesn't show up there tomorrow when you're looking at how many hits guys have and errors and so on.
Or
that's more mental here for me.
Yeah, or runs that a pitcher allows.
Yeah, that's another great point.
I mean, Tyler did give up 8 hits tonight. There's no question about that.
Well, he didn't have his best stuff. That's exactly right. But just looking for a little help from his friends here. That was huge.
0-2 the count to LeMahieu. I'll tell you, B.J. Rosenberg normally throws 95 or 96 from time to time. Well, he's been consistently at 97 here in the 6th inning.
Well, you want to be able to throw the ball hard. More importantly, though, they want to see whether or not he can throw and continue to throw strikes. Is that 98?
That's 98.
Yeah, he's got him set up for anything that's off speed or fastball even away. Looking, maybe he's saying throw this ball down. It's a breaking ball that he threw up. Now, when you have those 2 strikes, you want to be able to get that ball down and away. You don't want that mistake to come after you have early strikes on any hitter.
A little dangle hat, a little cotton candy. He's having a little trouble catching up to the fastball right now.
Yeah, well, 97, 98, we're going to have some trouble.
To the right side, tough hop for Howard, and Rosenberg's there to cover. Two outs for Herrera.
I think that's one of the reasons, too, though, that in Lehigh Valley, they end up having one heck of a fight, almost really making it in, but not having some of these pitchers there. You can see why, they can't, or they didn't get in. But that's what the minor leagues are all about, is to feed the major league team with quality players and coming up. And when you do that, that's how you know you do have a good farm system.
I think the thought is that right now the Phillies, we're seeing a lot of the relief pitchers that potentially could help the team in the future. And then the next wave are the starters that could potentially help the team in the future. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yep.
96 on that fastball. Pretty good movement down. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Rosenberg. On to the bottom of the 6th in a 1-run game. Ford, more IIHS safety picks than any other brand. Go further. Visit your Quality Plus Sports store today. By WB Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. By Citizens Bank. We're for home. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. And by Acura. Acura Advance. Bottom of the 6th inning. It's 4-3 in favor of the Rockies. The Phillies have Ty Wiggins and Dominic Brown. And Michael Martinez due up against Josh Renicky. Rockies also have Matt Reynolds warming in the bullpen. Wiggins had doubled his first time up and scored. There's Reynolds. That ball's hit well. Deep to left field. Going back on it is Blackmon. It is gone! And this ball game is all tied up at 4. Ty Wigginton, his 11th home run of the year. It's a 4-4 game.
Well, he's proved one thing. He can hit that fastball as he ties this ball game up. Take a look at it and this swing there, looking for it all the way. Once those eyes go up like that, he knows the ball's out of the ballpark there. He can get out by a whole lot, but by plenty as he trots around those bases. Good going.
And Sally Kapler of Gibbsboro, you've just won $300. Compliments of the McDonald's home run jackpot. Well, Hernandez is obviously going out to waste some time with the left-hander warming up. Dominic Brown is due up. Jim Tracy is talking with Tom Runnels, his bench coach. This might be one of those spots where the system that the Rockies have implemented backfires. First home run for Wigginton in nearly a month, and for that homer, and each one hit by the Phils. One tree will be planted by the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society as part of Home Run for Trees, a partnership between the Phils, PHS, and Aramark. For more information, go to Phillies.com/redgoesgreen. That ball's hit out to center field, playable for Fowler. And one away for Michael Martinez. One for two with an RBI.
I gotta tell you though, the way Ty's been playing this year, I mean, He is certainly a player you can bring off the bench there. Maybe every now and then playing against tough left-handers. Good hitting, Martinez, right up the middle. You see a guy, though, that doesn't play every day and hasn't had a lot of playing time since Howard come back, but be able to give you some home run.
Well, how about the action now for Carlos Ruiz?
Yeah, a little standing ovation. That's really great to see. It doesn't surprise me with the Philly fans. They are very, very appreciative, and they know the guys that go out and represent the city the way that they would like. All-star player for Carlos Ruiz. Best offensive year.
Been on the DL with plantar fasciitis. Went on the DL with 14 homers and 58 RBIs. You take strike one. It's no balls and one strike.
They just hitting with just so much confidence, and really started hitting like this for me since spring training, just squaring up a lot of baseballs that he's hitting.
And he lines that one to left center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Martinez on his way to third, and the Phils will have first and third with one man down. Chooch went on the DL hitting, and he comes off the DL hitting.
Boy, that's just great. Haven't seen him in so long. He probably feels like he needs to get this baseball like it's his first hit. As he gives himself a 5, and all smiles over there at Sam Palazzo, first base coach.
Jim Tracy's going out to the mound. That's probably going to be it for Reddicky. He's going to take the baseball from him. Nix has been introduced as a pinch hitter. So they'll bring in the lefty, and then the Phillies will try to counter if they can with somebody like Kevin Franzen. Ty Wigginton tied the ball game up with a solo home run, and now the Phillies have runners on first and third with one man down. And we've got a pitching change here at Citizens Bank Park. It's an AT&T call to the bullpen, all tied up at 4. When we get back, the Phils are trending again. Coming off the disabled list, and on Wednesday, when the Phillies wrap up this homestand against the Miami Marlins, all fans will receive the Carlos Ruiz Pride of the Phillies print. It's the final Citizens Bank Business Person Special at the ballpark. Tickets are available now by going to Phillies.com. Kevin Franzen is now in as a pinch hitter. Ruiz with his first hit since August 2nd. Franzen will pinch hit with Martinez at third. And Ruiz at first. Matt Reynolds is the pitcher. And Franzen takes a strike. It's 0-1. Phillies are down to 2 bench players now, but they've tied the game up and they got a chance to take the lead again.
Yeah, that's what he's playing for here in the 6th inning.
That was not a squeeze, of course, because Martinez is still at third, but he was breaking as if it was a safety squeeze.
Yep, that's exactly what they call it. Safety squeeze. The runner is going to look to see exactly where that ball is butted. Doesn't automatically have to run. You do, though, on the suicide squeeze. Okay, now needs to shorten up the swing and just really be able to put it in the play. Big opening on that right side. You can get it in there. Just a long fly ball. That will work.
1-2 the count to Franzen. Inside 2-2. Rollins on deck. Franzen tops it up the third base line. This is going to give the Phils the lead. An infield single for Kevin Franzen. It's 5-4 Phillies. He'll take it.
Well, almost as if it was a safety squeeze on this. Take a look at it as he gets on top of the ball. Martinez coming in your picture. That's a play with Nelson third baseman. You just got to put that right in your pocket. There he goes again. Reading that ball, getting a great jump.
5-4 Phillies here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now 10 hits for the Phillies. Rollins is 0 for 3. Popped out his last time up for the third baseman in foul territory. Well, here he's got Ruiz at second and Franzen at first.
You know, the thing, too, Tom, with those 75 pitches, you know, that whole team there will get down when you have situations like this. Sure, they want to try and win the ball game, but you have a pitcher out there where, let's face it, Fighting Fields weren't really hitting him well at all. You take him out. Now, what you've done, you've given the opposition, you've given them some life.
1-2 the count to Rollins. And a line drive base hit to left field. Ruiz will hold it third. Bases are loaded. Mayberry's due up. And Sarge, I agree with you. I'm okay with everybody having their own system. And sometimes you have to adjust your system. And as it turns out, it's helped the Phillies.
Yeah, well, no doubt about it.
Jim Tracy is going to go to the bullpen with Mayberry due up. So the right-hander's coming in to face John Mayberry. Phillies have taken the lead. They have the bases loaded with 1 man out. we go, Sarge.
Oh, boy. This is one that's just going. This is the one that actually tied the ball game up. No pun intended, Ty. Now take a look at this swinging bunt, if you will, as Martinez comes in crossing the plate. That's the go-ahead run so far.
Coors Light Cold Hard Blast brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. The bases are loaded. Cliff Lee is coming on the pitch run for Kevin Franzen at second. And Egmer Escalona is the new pitcher for the Colorado Rockies. This is his 11th game, 0-1 with a 10.61 ERA. Ty Wigginton tied it. Kevin Franzen gave the Phils the lead, and now the Phils are looking to bust it open. Mayberry 0 for 2 with a run scored. They walked in the third. Want to know the count?
Pressure on the pitcher to be able to throw a quality strike. Got to ask him when you get the bases loaded like that, exactly what pitch you're looking for. I mean, he got a fastball. He's a fastball hitter. Hope he's not looking for something that he can't hit, which is going to be that breaking ball.
Just a little low with another fastball. It's 2-1.
No, and I mean, talking to with his dad, Mayberry Sr. I mean, we agree for sure that he should be swinging at more fastballs, but you know, just like even my own son, once you try and talk to him, I guess it comes better from someone else, even though you might be saying the same thing. So you got to let them, I guess, live and learn themselves when it comes to hitting.
Almost the same pitch, but it's called a strike this time. So would you have Dusty Baker say something to your son?
Oh, all the time. You kidding me? Oh, yes.
Two and two now to Mayberry. The bases are loaded. Ruiz, Lee, and Rollins. Good speed at second and first. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball.
Well, that's the pitch he was looking for, that little slider or the cutter. You know, and if you get up there and you're swinging at those fastballs, and even if you don't hit them and you strike out on that third pitch, at least your mind is thinking, hey, listen, I missed my pitch, so I don't have anything to worry about. Not taking two fastballs for a strike, and then you swing at the pitcher's pitch, a slider, his strikeout pitch.
Well, Wigginton's thinking, maybe I get a chance to hit again in this inning. 8 men have come to the plate. This is number 8, and Chase up. Want to know the count to Chase. Outside. Crack of the bat, depth of the outfielders. Lee should be able to score on a base hit behind Ruiz. Phillies have scored 2 in this inning after 2 in the last inning. They've taken the lead 5-4. Now the 2-1 pitch. Hit on the ground softly right side. There's a traffic jam over at first, but the out is recorded. 4-3 on the putout. So the Phillies will settle for the tie, or settle for taking the lead. A 1-run lead as we go to the 7th inning here in Philadelphia. It's 5-4.
Well, Phils in an early 4-1 hole have exploded. Some loose play by the Colorado Rockies. Some big hits by the Phils. Big 2-run double by Ryan Howard. A home run by Ty Wigginton. Tyler Cloyd gone after 4 tonight. And the bullpen has done a very good job since then. Now, if they can ride it out to the end, they could win another game here. Still a long way to go. They had a chance to really break it open in that 6th inning. Welcome back, Chooch. How about him coming back? Standing ovation and lines a base hit to left field. Carlos Ruiz in the ballgame. Josh Lindblom will be the latest reliever used by Charlie Manuel here tonight. That's what that's what Charlie said he wanted to do, is maybe get Carlos Ruiz into the game tonight, get him a couple of at bats, catch 4 or 5 innings, and that looks like what's going to happen.
And then see how he is tomorrow to progress forward. Matt McBride will pitch hit here at the top of the 7th against Josh Lindblom, who takes over for B.J. Rosenberg. Rosenberg pitched a scoreless inning, struck out 2. Top of the 7th inning, 5-4 Phillies. And McBride lines it foul. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
McBride hitting for Escalona kind of saved them to this point. Phillies were all set to break that, maybe break the game open right there, and he came in and got the big strikeout on Mayberry and jammed Chase Utley at the end of the inning.
Now 9 more outs from the bullpen after the bullpen's already gotten 6 outs in relief of Tyler Cloyd. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Fly ball left center field. Mayberry was shaded toward right center, but he gets over. 1 away. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph, it's time for your Major League Notebook.
It certainly is, brought to you by Gwinnett Mercy College. And guys, it is good news on Oakland A's starter Brandon McCarthy. Of course, he is the starting pitcher that got hit with a line drive in the side of the head earlier this week. He had surgery on Wednesday to relieve some pressure on his brain, but after that, he's been doing very well. In fact, now that he's in the hospital, he has started to go to Twitter to let the folks know at home that he's doing just fine. He said this on Saturday. He said, well, the good news is in all of this, I set up my fantasy football league beforehand, so I have no excuses if I lose this week in my fantasy league. So obviously McCarthy's sense of humor is back. It was a serious injury, obviously a very scary injury, but he is doing well. So that's certainly good news, guys.
Yeah, out of intensive care and hopefully progressing forward. 1-0 the count to Dexter Fowler. I thought I had read something after the first day that he was A-OK, but then they said that, you know, the next couple of days were going to be key.
Worried about that brain swelling.
Yeah. 2-0 the count to Fowler. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
See that happen. It's just a wonder more guys don't get hit. That thing happened so fast. It was basically crack thump, and he was down.
It's a wonder it doesn't happen on every level a little bit more. Particularly with the aluminum bats or the composite bats, whatever it is, down in the Little League and Babe Ruth.
Yeah, that's
stuff
what
like that.
Used to have to kind of laugh, Tom, with that point you just brought up when they say, how come they don't use aluminum bats in Major League Baseball? Oh, wow. It gets back there fast enough off wood.
Ball 4 and Fowler's aboard. They did appeal the check. And Toyota Major League scoreboard, Hunter Pence has a 2-run double. And the Giants lead the Dodgers 2-0. If the Dodgers don't make the postseason, what are they going to think of the trade or trades that they made at the deadline and after?
They're going to think they better hope they help them next year.
Charlie Blackmon is 0 for 3.
Especially when they get Carl Crawford in the mix.
Diekman is warming up in the bullpen for the Phillies. There he is over the bushes, through the woods.
Fowler's been on 4 times tonight. I think he'd steal one of these times.
That ball gets away from Carlos. It'll be a wild pitch for Lindblom.
Well, I haven't been back there for a while. And that's something you don't see from Carlos Ruiz very often is the failure to block the ball. Guy on Dexter Fowler now leading off second base. May try to steal third here. Think about it anyway if you forget about it. It looks like Jimmy Rollins has the cover responsibility.
Ball 4 and now first and second with 1 man down. Jordan Pacheco is coming up. These lucky fans are tonight's Citizens 7. They will each receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com. Trip to the mound for Rich Doobie with the right-hander up. And then Colvin on deck. This will be Lindblom's final batter, you would think.
You have 2 pretty good left-handed hitters available too on that bench, in Giambi and Gonzalez.
And Almont, he's getting up early.
Yeah, that's with a left-handed hitter on deck and those 2 guys we mentioned. Possibility to come off.
Well, the other thing too is if Almont's up here, then that means Papelbon is available tonight. At least you think he is.
Yeah. Charlie said between games that he thought he would be, but they'd have to check.
Then I guess they would use Stardo to close if Almont's warming up now.
Yeah. Or they're at the point right now where they just trust Almont more than the other guys. I don't know. Diekman's had trouble throwing strikes when he comes in. Almont has been getting the ball over.
Want to know the count to Pacheco.
The whole Papelbon thing was they weren't sure because pitched Friday, but had off yesterday. Pitch the first game today. We'll see. Ooh. That was close, and he got a call, and he needed one. As I said, that was close, and he needed one.
Well, he got it. 1-1 the count. Fly ball, shallow left center field.
Now have to decide whether he wants to use Diekman on Colvin.
Well, that seems to be the plan, because here comes Charlie. Diekman's warming up.
They have 3 right-handed hitters on the bench they could use if they want to hit for Colvin. Rosario, Rutledge, Brown.
Well, at least the first step will be Jake Diekman coming on to pitch for the Phils. 1-run lead for the Phillies, top of the 7th inning. 2 runners on for the Rockies. Several game used collectibles, including Dominic Brown's complete retro uniform. It's the only game he's hit a home run in, so that's a keepsake. A Cole Hamels game thrown baseball, a Chase Utley game used bat, and more. See Phillies Authentics auction on the homepage of Phillies.com. It ends at 10 p.m. tonight. It's just an hour to go for that auction. So check out all the items that are being auctioned off. Josh Rutledge is going to be the pinch hitter, but first we'll tell you about Jake Diekman, who's coming into the ball game for the Phillies. Diekman 1-1, a 4.57 ERA here in the big leagues, and Rutledge will pinch hit for Tyler Colvin. So instead of the lefty Colvin, it's the right-hander Rutledge with runners on first and second.
They think all these things through before they make the move, and they just decided they like this matchup better than Lindblom on Colvin. No matter what they did on the other side, no matter what right-hander they brought out against Diekman, the feeling was, okay, we'll go that way instead of Lindblom on Colvin.
Bullpen 2 2/3 so far in relief of Tyler Cloyd. Fastball for strike 2. It's 0-2.
Right-handed hitter comes out and goes 0-2. Been struggling to do that with the left-handed hitters.
Harris is up top. Almont is down below. Oh, and 2 the count. For a slider outside, 1-2. Everything else is a final today except for the Giants and the Dodgers, including the Cardinals winning in 10 over Milwaukee and the Braves winning in 10 over the Mets. Nationals were shut out. Marlins are probably in town or getting close. 1-2 the count to Rutledge here. And the pitch. Late on a fastball, 97. Ball's jumping today.
Brought some hard throwers out of the bullpen tonight. There you go, 0-2 to 3-2. Now we'll start the runners, of course, with the count 3-2 and 2 outs. Hernandez, the catcher, would bat next.
Ground ball left side, a foul ball. And the runners will go back. Rutledge, a former #1 pick by the Rockies out of the University of Alabama. He was brought up, made his major league debut when the Phillies were in Colorado. There was a thought that he would be on the opening day roster. Well, that didn't happen. Fowler at second. Blackman at first. They'll be off. The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball back toward the middle. Rollins is there. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. 6-3 on the putout. And Diekman comes in, and he leaves a couple. It's time to stretch here at Philadelphia with the Phillies hanging on to a 1-run lead. Here we go. Name the Rockies reliever that saved all 3 games in the 2007 NLDS versus the Phils.
You have his number, right?
I do.
What is it?
60.
Manuel Corpas.
Manny Corpus is correct. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. And thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
How good was he that year?
He was really good. I don't know where he is, but he was really good.
That month of September when they won all those games, he was just brilliant.
Andrew Brown takes over in right field for the Rockies. And Will Harris takes over on the mound here in the bottom of the 7th. Well, both teams certainly utilizing their respective bullpens tonight.
And benches.
Harris 1-1, a 6.57 ERA.
He lost the game here on. Well, he didn't lose it, but he threw the pitch to Shearhall. Oh, did he lose it? Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, he was the losing pitcher.
He was a losing pitcher because he started that inning.
What, a third of an inning before the Phillies picked up the game-winning hit. And he'll face Ryan Howard, Ty Wigginton, Dominic Brown. It's a cool night here in Philadelphia. It's very refreshing right now. Phillies have already won game 1 of this day-night doubleheader. And now they're going after game number 2. They'd like to add some insurance as we get deeper into this ball game and give the bullpen, which needs 6 more outs, a clean opportunity to finish off the Rockies.
Well, they got the pitcher hitting 4th now.
That is it. Yeah, pitcher sitting 4th. I said to Charlie the other day, we were taping his TV show. I said, what do you think about this homestand? He goes, well, I think we should win 6 straight.
All right, then go do it.
Well, he's won 2. His team's won 2. Now they have to win 1 more to finish off the sweep.
Yeah, they still need 6 outs tonight. Marlins coming in here today off a win. Shutout today.
Ground ball foul. It's 1-1. Greg Castriato, the Phillies director of media relations, has just announced in the press box what Murph alluded to before in his report, that the Phillies will be adding Darren Ruff to their roster tomorrow, and he will be here for the series against the Marlins.
The fans may have heard about him.
I think that's great.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing him get some at-bats in the big leagues.
2-1 the count to Howard. And a line drive right at LeMahieu. One away here in the 7th. Frank Koppenbarger give you an idea what number he's going to be wearing?
No, I didn't ask him that. But, you know, Frankie's been thinking about it for a long time because this is a kid who was not in camp, so he doesn't have a number.
Correct.
When the guys are in spring training, you know, at least he has a uniform for them, and sometimes they'll keep that when they come here, like DeFreitas.
79. Or Diekman, 63.
Or Diekman, 63, right. Frank is very methodical about those things, leaves nothing to chance.
Like Almont was 43 in spring training, but Lindblom had that, so he's 48 now.
Right, there's a lot of thought going into be the director of a travel and or equipment manager.
Ground ball to second. Wheels must need something. 4-3 on the putout for the second out.
I just want to make sure I have my room.
And your bags don't arrive with somebody else's tag.
Well, he stopped. Well, I don't even go there.
2 outs. Dominic Brown is up.
Just saw that shot of Oman up in the bullpen. So as you said, Oman and would be the 8th inning guy, and Papelbon is available. Jeremy Horst is out there for insurance tonight.
Dominic lines it down the right field line. That's it for a base hit. It might be 2. It's going to be 2 as he glides into second for his 8th double this year.
He get beat the other night by Sherholtz on that pitch right there. A back foot breaking ball that doesn't get there. And Dominic puts a head on it and doubles towards the right field corner.
Phillies tonight, the second game of this day-night doubleheader, 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Here's Martinez, who does have 2 hits tonight.
The really big hit they got was Ryan Howard's hit with 2 outs and 2 strikes. That really lit the place up. And it all started with an error in the third baseman Nelson with 2 outs and nobody on.
One ball, no strikes, the count. That's better than the gorilla and the 2 bananas, Wills.
That's cute.
Not that a gorilla's not cute or anything.
Right. Some are cuter.
There's the gorilla and the 2 bananas.
That's a cute gorilla.
Yeah, the bananas aren't.
Oh, bananas, banana.
Another error for the Rockies. They had all those passed balls in the first game. Now they've had 4 errors in this game.
And they're just not playing very good baseball. Really has to frustrate a good baseball man like Tracy and those coaches down there. He really doesn't have to hurry that much because Martinez is not a fast runner. Hits right in the glove and just clanks out right at Herrera's feet, and then he has to hold on to it.
Well, Carlos singled at his first at bat back. His average at .338. And he lines one to right center field for a base hit. He is a machine. An RBI single for Ruiz. It's 6-4 Phillies. He's remarkable.
Yeah.
He's had a remarkable year.
Bow down to the conquering hero. He's returned.
It's his 29th 2-hit game of the season.
And he had about 30 of them in spring training, too, it seemed like.
It's remarkable.
It really is. He just comes right out, gets a first ball, fastball, and hammers it into right center. He has a bullet to right center and a bullet to left center tonight. Ho hum.
So Martinez is at third.
First pitch both times,
Yeah.
right?
Why wait?
Yeah.
Sherholtz is pitch hitting, and it's 1-0.
Nice little extra run there.
And it's another unearned one.
Yep.
Well, here come the Phillies.
They can leave Sherholtz in the game now, too, and move Brown over to left if they want for better defense when they make the pitching change, too. Because they're starting to run out of bench players. They're down to Orrin Kratz. They can keep him in the ballgame.
2-0 the count to Sherholtz. Popped him up, and it'll slice out of play. Runners on first and third. 2-1 the count to Sherholtz. Fouls another one off. It's 2-2. Oh, Wheels. Frank has confirmed that Darren Ruff will be wearing number 18.
Thank you, Frank.
Think anybody's going to show up tomorrow with an 18 and Ruff on the back?
Well,
Just the clubhouse doors open early.
Never know.
A looper to right field, and that's going to drop for another hit. Martinez scores. 7-4 Phillies. hits just keep on coming now.
And your point about unearned runs, too, the way they have taken advantage of the mistakes tonight by Colorado, big time. Herrera makes that error, opens the floodgates here in this inning. 2 more have scored since then.
And it's now 7-4.
And Nate gets jammed a little bit here, it looked like, but fights it off and parachute into right field, base hit, RBI.
Rollins the hitter. He's 1 for 4.
So Juan Samuel hold Carlos at third last time on a hit. Not running. Whoop. Timeout here. McLaughlin pitch is going to come out. You know, they don't want to run him in contact, that's for sure. Got to be a challenge handling the pitching right now for this team. Look at the way Pomeranz was pitching here tonight. They've had 2 games here, Francis and Pomeranz. Phillies were really happy to see them leave.
Yeah, and again, we said it before. Everybody has their
right.
It's their team. It's the way they want to do it. But my gosh, maybe have a little bit longer leash when a guy's going good, like Francis was Friday and Pomeranz was tonight.
Yeah, they were doing really nothing with those 2 starters in this series. But as you said, it's their team. They do what they want to do.
1-0 the count to Rollins. 2 balls and no strikes. Chopper to first. Pacheco has it and then bobbles it. Everybody's safe again. Error number 5.
Well, they can't wait for the plane to take off right now. Boy, it's going for them.
Well, we joked last night, was it the night before, where the Pirates had 7 errors.
Yeah, Friday night.
This combination of games has been ugly for the Rockies.
Yeah, Pacheco has it in his glove, and he still thinks it's in there. That big old picker, you couldn't even feel he dropped it. Right here, thinks he has it, goes to make the exchange, still thinks it. Oh, there it is.
He's mad because he thinks he missed a pitch, I think, on that one. He hit it hard, but I think he felt like he got what he could drive even more.
Right. Here's John Mayberry with the bases loaded again, just like last time. Last time with, what, 1 out.
Oh, and 1 the count. In the dirt.
These guys have to go back to Denver tonight. That's about 3.5 to 4 hour flight. And, you know, they'll get the time change involved, but still. And then play tomorrow night. And they're playing this way. That's what I mean. It's going to be a long night for them. The Phillies can keep this up and win this doubleheader.
Carlos at third, Scherholtz at second, Rollins at first. Charlie Manuel's team was down 4-1 at one point. Now they've scored 6 unanswered runs.
Keep throwing up deuces 3 innings in a row. There's Jim Tracy just looking on. What can you do? Good job there. Last time he chased a slider with 2 strikes. That time he stayed off a breaking ball.
Back toward the middle. And Harris throws him out. 1-3 on the putout. 8 to the plate for the second straight inning. A 3-run lead for the Phils as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Brought to you by Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. By Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. By Thomas Jefferson University Hospital. Call 1-800-JEFF now for an appointment. And by Nissan. Get to your Nissan dealer for special offers or visit choosenissan.com. Some changes. Dominic Brown moves from right field to left field. Nate Scherholtz, who came on to pinch hit for the pitcher, takes over in right field. And now Philippe Almont takes over on the mound, up 7-4. No wins, no losses, a 1.69 earned run average. And he's on with a 3-run lead. Bastardo's starting to throw in the pen, too.
Well, they're probably thinking Bastardo for Giambi or Gonzalez. If you were to get to a point where it's a big spot in the game.
Hernandez will lead it off for the Rockies. Phils need 6 more outs. If they get those 6, then they're within 2 of the 500 mark. They'd be tied with the Brewers in the wild card standings. They'd still be behind the Pirates, the Dodgers, and the D-backs, but they'd be closing on the D-backs. No, actually, they'd be ahead of the D-backs, who are 69 and 72. Hernandez takes low, 1-0. So they would just be behind the Dodgers and the Pirates at that point. Well, and the Cardinals.
The Cardinals, of course.
1-0 the count to Hernandez, who has an RBI tonight on a base hit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chopper to shortstop. Every time the Phillies retire the opposing team 1-2-3, and the bullpen has done it twice so far. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports, giving you all your favorite sports all year long. Chris Nelson is 2 for 3, a 3-run home run in the 3rd. At that point, it was 4-1.
And they scored those 4 runs with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Play wasn't made at 3rd, and they threw a 4 spot up and kind of was dead here. And, Pomerantz was pitching so well, and boy, things turned around. Hey, well, you hit right-handed off him. The way he throws like that, that angle, that can't be fun. Left-handed hitters maybe a little bit more. If he were ever to buzz a couple towers, oh my.
Even that first pitch that he threw Nelson, which wasn't buzzing, but it was up and in.
We could get some happy feet.
Got him. A foul tip. 2 outs.
He's really starting to look comfortable. Fastball, it's up, but it has light. But look at him. Look at the pull-off swing right there by the right-handed hitter. He wanted to stay in there really bad, but that hip flew out of there and the body flew out off a right-hander like Almont throwing 95, 96.
DJ LeMahieu now hitting with 2 outs. Laid on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, those pitches are, you know, they're up a little bit. They're in the zone, but they're pulling off them so much they're not going to hit them.
Over to shortstop, backhanded by Rollins. Philippe Almont. I know it's only been a few outings, but is starting to feel comfortable out on the mound in the 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 3-run Philly lead here in Philadelphia. On top, they were down 4-1 at one point in this ballgame. They've scored 6 unanswered runs. Raphael Betancourt in for the first time in this series. The closer for the Rockies at 51 games is 1-3, an ERA of 2.57, 27 saves at 32 opportunities. Time now for our Home Depot defensive play of the game. Dominic Brown.
Yeah, nice athletic play by him here. Pomerantz, the pitcher, hits this ball down the line. He gets to the wall quickly and reaches over those long arms. Good play by Dominic Brown. And that is our Home Depot defensive play of the game. The Home Depot doing more on defense. Or defense, however you want to pronounce it.
Prefer to pronounce both ways.
Yeah.
Chase Utley will lead it off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. You all right, Wheels?
Yeah, I was just being told something that happened earlier. So Everybody has their own way of reading those promos. That's all part of the show in here, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Utley is 3 for 4 with a run scored. And he takes a fastball upstairs. 1-0.
I once heard, I can't remember who the sports writer once wrote about a certain basketball team. They thought defense was a thing they hopped over to get into the playground.
Defense.
Good line. Wish I could remember who to give that credit to. Team was giving up a lot of points when he wrote that. Well, it's always nice when you get the guy's closer in a game when they're losing. Chase Utley's holding up. He's playing a doubleheader here, running the base as well.
Lines that one to center. And there's one down. 3-hit night tonight. 3 hits in 5 at bats. A run scored. And Howard's coming up.
He was one of those guys happy to see Pomerantz leave the game.
Ryan now with 40 runs batted in.
And he had that top spin bullet to right field that knocked in the 2 runs and made it 4-3. And all of a sudden, like the Phillies, Chase Utley was one of the guys that scored. It was like the Phillies looked around and said, it's early. We're in this.
Low, ball 1. Charlie Manuel's team, as we mentioned, is playing 11 games over 500 since the trade deadline. A win tonight, they'll be 12 over 500. And it's nothing against, Shane Victorino or Hunter Pence or Joe Blanton or any of those guys. It's just they're playing better.
With on paper, less talent.
That's a foul ball. Papelbon is in the bullpen for the Phillies. This is a 3-run lead for Philadelphia. Orr is on deck to pinch hit.
Right, Phillies pitcher is hitting 5th in the order right now. There's Pete Orr. That would leave Kratz as the only player they haven't used tonight. He could use a game off. The return of Carlos Ruiz tonight. It was really fun.
And good for him.
Well, there was a thought they wouldn't see him the rest of the year.
Check swing. He went according to the home plate umpire Mike McClinsky. And there are 2 outs. And Pete Orr will indeed bat.
He got rung up on an appeal earlier by the third base umpire. This time the home plate umpire takes it.
Pete Orr, 289 hitter here in the big leagues. No home runs, 5 runs batted in.
Herrera, the shortstop, Brown, the right fielder, batting 9, and then Fowler due to bat. And they do have Gonzalez, of course, and Giambi available. Betancourt's really a reliable guy in the bullpen. Really surprised he didn't get moved on the 31st to a contending team.
Totally agree.
Because he's a real good bullpen piece.
Even if he was sent somewhere to be the setup guy.
Right. Be fine in that role. Very competitive guy, throws strikes and gets outs.
Upstairs 2-2. Swing and a miss, and we go to the ninth inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Phils here at the bottom of the eighth inning. The Phillies 3 Jonathan Papelbon outs away from completing the sweep of the Colorado Rockies when we come back. Sportsnet for complete recap and highlights of Game 1 and Game 2 of the Phillies-Rockies day-night doubleheader. The Phillies postgame live. It's presented by Cure Auto Insurance. And it's coming up right after the ball game. Jonathan Papelbon in the 60th game, 5-6, a 2.56 ERA. 31 saves in 35 opportunities. He pitched the top of the ninth inning in Game 1 and got the victory. And after throwing, was it 19 pitches in Game 1? Is that what it was? I think that's what the number was. Charlie Manuel checked him out. Figured he was ready to go here at Game 2. That's tonight. Overall in this series, the Phillies are 6 2/3 scoreless out of the bullpen. Papelbon will face Jonathan Herrera to begin the top of the ninth inning. Herrera is 1 for 3. Rockies have committed 5 errors in this ball game. 4 pass balls in Game 1. 0-1 the count to Herrera.
We'd like to have a nice no drama ninth inning right now, huh? 3 outs.
That make you feel better?
That would be good, wouldn't it?
It would be good.
Good for everybody.
0-2 the count. There's Carlos Gonzalez. He haven't Haven't seen him pick up a bat just yet, but he's going over toward the bat rack. Outside. Tomorrow, Kyle Kendrick against Wade LeBlanc. Game 1 of the series against the Marlins. There's Kyle. Seems like he's relaxed and ready to go. The 2-2 pitch coming to Herrera. Late, and he fouls it off. And it remains 2-2. Jason Giambi, arms crossed. 3 for 10 against Papelbon. He's pinch hit twice against him in the series. He's walked both times.
Yeah, and 1-run games to lead off the inning, and they survived. 3-run lead here.
Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He went fishing for a high fastball. 1 out. And Andrew Brown is coming up.
Yeah, this is good because this would have made it 3-2. This is a pitch, of course, Giambi doesn't swing at. That's why he walked a couple times.
Drops a slider in for strike 1. Surprising Brown a little bit, and it's 0-1. Oh, he's got some giddy up tonight.
Yeah, they're going to chase it up there. They won't hit it. Long night for those guys.
Staring you down, Wills. The monkeys, the gorilla stared you down.
I'd run.
Adam.
He's goofy looking.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 outs, 2 strikeouts for Papelbon. And now 1 out away.
They're throwing a lot of fastballs here, trying to have a no drama 9th inning. Has a little comeback fastball, good movement. Got him. Jonathan has a good fastball in this inning.
Now Dexter Fowler. He's been on base in every at bat tonight. Couple of hits, couple of walks. A liner to left field. Here comes Dominic Brown. He dives and he knocks it down. Fowler's on his way to second.
Oh no. Okay, he's all right.
Yeah, scored a double.
Chase Utley was really in a vulnerable spot to get nailed that time, and he popped right back up. Fowler coming hard. He can really run. See, Utley's right on the bag, and that. Oh, he flips it. Boy, he hits him right in the ankle. Oh, boy.
He's okay.
Yep. It just looked a little scary.
Well, now Giambi will pinch hit for Charlie Blackman.
Yeah, they're thinking right now we can get Giambi on, get the time run up. You know, give him a good at bat.
Giambi, as we said, has walked twice in this series.
That's Pacheco, and then the pitcher hits fourth after him, and that would be Gonzalez.
Fly ball, left field. Brown is out there to the warning track. He's got a beat on it, makes the catch, and the Phillies have finished off the day-night doubleheader sweep of the Colorado Rockies, and now with 22 games left in the regular season, they're 6 games out behind the St. Louis Cardinals for the final wild card spot in the National League. They win it tonight 7-4. And Carlos Ruiz, in his return from the disabled list, got his first hit since the 2nd of August. And he also juiced up this crowd a little bit. Phillies offense came to life. They scored 6 unanswered runs to wrap up this ball game. And Jonathan Papelbon finished off a pretty good weekend. 2 wins and a save in the sweep against the Colorado Rockies. Well, the first objective was to get to 500, and the Phillies are within 2 games of 500. Here are the W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
Well, Phillies had a lot of big hits tonight. In the 6th inning, they really got after Ty Wigginton leads off with a home run, and that tied the game. But they weren't finished. Here comes Kevin Franson off the bench, and he dribbles one down the third baseline like a swinging bunt, scores Michael Martinez. Then in the 7th inning, Carlos Ruiz comes back, and the second hit that he has in the ballgame knocks in another run, and the Phillies from 4-1 come all the way back. 6 unanswered runs, win the game 7-4. Those are W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
Well, the Phils 2 games under 500 for the first time, Will, since the 8th of June. When they were 29-31. And Carlos, Murph's been waiting a long time to do this interview. Take it away, Murph.
All right, you got it, guys. Well, a lot of offensive heroes today, but one of them, Carlos Ruiz, got this entire place buzzing. First of all, let's talk about you've been off for a little bit more than a month now, and no rehab assignment. You come right back in, and I just said to you, you didn't miss a beat. You didn't miss a beat. How were you able to keep your swing intact?
I mean, first, I think I'm so happy with the big 2 wins today, and you know, I was trying to, you know, when I was on the deal, try to be, you know, and try to be in good shape, you know, and swing the bat a lot, because it's something that they don't bother me with my foot. So I was working on my swing, and I'm also happy, you know, to have a big hit today.
Well, it certainly showed, and maybe even more special was the reaction you got from the crowd when you finally did get up into the batter's box. Just what does that mean to you?
That was a great feeling. That was a great feeling. That we had some great fans, and that's what you get, you know, when guys, you know, play hard, you know. And I was so happy, you know, they come back to the lineup, so I'm trying to do my best to the fans in the city.
You also got a chance to see some of your young guys come out of the bullpen. You know, the bridge to Papelbon, and to finish this game off, they pitched exceptional today. What were your thoughts on those guys?
Me, that's fun, you know. Those kids, you know, that now they relax. You know, they're going to their throw a strike, you know, make a pitch in different situation, and then that's what it is. So that's fun to, you know, to call those guys.
Carlos, welcome back.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. The Phillies win it by a final of 7-4. In Carlos Ruiz's first game back since coming off the disabled list. Great weekend for the Phils. They sweep out the Rockies. We'll be back for some more right after this.